Elden Ring Definitive Edition reportedly coming to Nintendo Switch.
Ooh,
Two.
let's go. Oh, two.
Two. Not Nintendo Switch. Nintendo
Mm.
Switch 2 by late 2025. Oh, I don't know about this one. Emil John over at Game Infamous. These are the rumors that are set for a definitive edition of Elden Ring. Could be in development by or for the Nintendo Switch 2, with a potential release as early as late of 2025. The information comes from well-known Nintendo insider Nash Weedle, who mentioned that a definitive edition might be in the works. The project is reportedly being handled by Vituous, a company that has experience with ports and remasters for other developers. Although Bandai Namco and From Software may not be directly involved, the success of the port could still be promising if the Nintendo Switch 2 has the necessary hardware to support it. Dude, I doubt this very, very much. Weedle's post read, quote, a port of Elden Ring 2 for Switch, the port of Elden Ring for Switch 2 is in development, which will feature a definitive edition, end quote. It appears that Virtuous could be responsible for this port with an expected release date by the end of 2025. Another well-known Nintendo insider, Nico Philippe, has heard about this rumor, but could not verify a release schedule for the game. Michael, do you think there's any way the Switch 2 can run Elden Ring?
Not at the level that I think the game deserves. At least not from the leak specs that we've seen. The leak specs we talked about on this show a while ago. It seems like the Switch 2 is not going to be that much more powerful than the Switch 1. I'm very curious. I mean, again, we just are kind of running into these handheld limitations. I think it'll be interesting if we ever get that rumored Xbox handheld to see. Maybe the Switch is just capped, right? If Microsoft comes out and theirs is very similar, it's like, okay, it's not the Switch's fault. It's just handhelds can only go so far. You can only fit so much tech into this small little device. So I'm very curious. No, I don't think it'll run at a level that will make people enjoy the game, but I think having Elden Ring on the Switch is just, it's an interesting idea, right? Elden Ring known for being one of the notoriously more difficult, though I think in the whole Souls genre, more of one of the more easier ones of recent memory, but it's still a very tough game. Now you're putting it in a portable console where if somebody gets mad, boom, there's gonna be Switch 2s flying into walls. There's gonna be Joy-Cons absolutely going haywire. Very interesting decision. I'll be curious if it happens, but I just don't think. I think the memes we're gonna get out of this tree are gonna be hilarious, right? It's gonna be like Pokemon all over again, where it's gonna be like, yeah, this game's fun, but it looks terrible.
It's gonna remind me of Mortal Kombat when they brought that over to the Switch, right? I think that's the level what we're gonna get into here. I don't think that has the power to run it. Nintendo never really cares to be the top leader when it comes to pushing the graphical hardware of anything, right? They always hold back. They always stay back. They're still back a console generation. When this Switch launched, they were already out of date, right? Like that's the, man, what console comes out and you're already behind everybody else? It just seems to be a weird mentality to take that approach, but it works for Nintendo. Like straight up, they clearly got something figured out because they're one of the biggest systems around with the Nintendo Switch being a massive install base. So how do they run Elden Ring on the Switch 2? Do they have some kind of cloud streaming system? That's where I'm like, maybe that's when they pull it in, right? Okay, well, you take a look right now with the PlayStation Portal. Dude, it's not, I can't download my PlayStation games to my handheld device, but I can stream it to my handheld device, which is awesome. And it works, dude. It really, really works well. So now I'm looking at, Xbox doesn't have a handheld. PlayStation does. What if I'm lying in bed and want to play a game? Which platform do I go? Right now, I'm really gearing a lot more on the side of PlayStation because at the end of the night, I can chill out, go to bed, put in 10, 15 minutes into a game, and then just go to crash. But I don't have to be in front of my couch. I'm actually in my bed, right? So I do this a lot. And I think moving forward, if Nintendo has the ability to not only allow us to download our games, but to stream our games, maybe that's how they run Elden Ring on the Switch 2. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to have the horsepower to actually run the game the way it needs to be played. I don't think you're going to be seeing the stunning visuals that we're so used to when we play the game on a regular basis. But if you can live with a less graphical fidelity, but still have the smoothness of the tactile combat, I think you're in for a good time. But I'm still, dude, Nintendo always just makes me nervous.